Hey there, welcome back to the Big Modern Rush. You give me 10 minutes, and I'll give you 10 minutes back. Hey, we're in the book of James. What I forgot to tell you last time is James means Jacob, and Jacob was the father of the 12 tribes, and this book is written to the 12 tribes. Specific people, and like we said, it's the teacher's handbook. Bible teacher's handbook. So, before we go into chapter 2, Chapter 1 was about what our job is. Remember, the fatherless and the widows and their affliction, to lift people up. But it also told us how to keep healthy spiritually, like not sinning, put away all your, bad, evil ways, because we need to be thinking straight on this. We need to have a pure heart. Otherwise, you can't. Remember, if we have a debt coming on, or if we have to make amends to somebody, some issues going on, it's not our mind, body, strength, and soul. All on top of that, it's a whole. When this is what helps me from erring and from sinning. It's like, wow, I need to stay pure. Remember, pure religion, pure worship. Okay, so now that we covered that, this book, this chapter tells us how to treat our fellow teachers and our students. You'll see. So 2:1. Respect of persons. That's partiality. I think you knew that already, right? So I'm going to go a little deeper than this. We have the man with the gold ring and the man with the vile raiment, right? A little shameful. The word poor means like a hunched over, low self-esteem type of person, okay? Becoming a little timid. So the man with gold gets my attention. And where you at, Ben? Yeah, how about that? And yeah, how about wow? And it's, excuse me, to the poor person. Well, maybe it should be the other way around. We should get together and, hey, let's help this person out, right? So a poor person's begging. Comes to you, please help me. I need to learn the word. And they're begging. It's humiliating. I mean, if I borrow $5 from a buddy till tomorrow, I'm humiliated enough as it is. So, now you may have your own Bible study, right? You're sitting there, and somebody asks you a question that you've answered 1,000 times. What do you do? I'll tell you what you do. You answer that question as if you answered it for the first time. Point in case. You're a server at the restaurant because you're a server of God's Word, right? How are you doing today? We're going to get you. And they say, what's in a classic burger? I just told that the classic burger comes with lettuce, tomatoes, and onions, and your choice of fries or... Ooh. That sounds good, I like that. You wet their whistle. Same thing as you're serving and then you feed them. They're coming to you because they're starving. Did you ever see it when the light goes on in somebody's head? And you can just see their countenance brighten up. They learn something new. I was sharing the rapture theory with somebody. Wow. And the person says, wow, that's an interesting concept. Like they've never heard it before. And reassure them you're going to be fine. That's what we're about. You know how much power there is in giving somebody spiritual legs and giving somebody a spiritual sight? That's a lot. You have to be careful. And you're going to see why. So we got James 2:3. This is what I was talking about. Okay. So we'll go back to the respective persons in a good place. You got that impressive person right here close to you, the other person at bay. But then it says, or sit here under my footstool. Not a good place to be. Not a good place. That footstool, that whole situation under the footstool is reserved for God only. If you look, any verse, God's footstool. It's not us. Very dangerous place to be. Always check yourself. You're not there. We received in James 1, we received in meekness. We should give in meekness, humbleness. How many times did John say, my little children? Well, the apostles wanted to shoo the children away. And the Lord says, oh, no, you don't. Come over here. I got some more to say to you. The Lord gave everything right on the cross. He preached Psalms 22 right on the cross. Okay, 2:4. Evil thoughts. That word evil means hurtful. Like someone with low self-esteem, the beggar. You gotta be careful how we treat them, how we talk to them. Really, seriously. You may be thinking, I don't want to be like a wishy-washy kind of blah, blah, blah. be gentle. Try it. It's going to work. Because we want them to come back for more. Okay? Now 2:6, despised of the poor. That word despise means to render infamous, to dishonor, to suffer shame. That word poor again, if they walk in the door with vile raiment, do we strip them of those clothes and let them go off even more shamed, naked than they walked in? No. The first time they come to see you, baby gets a new pair of shoes. Okay? Then they can walk a little better. Personally, I had to make amends recently. And just a long story short, I had to make amends with my fellow teachers because I was thinking in the flesh. I transgressed. I committed a sin. So I made amends to that person. Never let the sun go down without problem resolved. Confess your faults one to another. James 5:16. Yes, I got my teleprompter here. I don't want to mess up. So it says, does the world not oppress us? Do we not have to put up with all that junk and to come home with our fellow men and women of the Lord and feel the same thing? 2:8. Okay, neighbor. Neighbor means countryman. It means people like-minded, like-souled, right? That word convinced means confute. And confute means to overwhelm in an argument. We don't want to overwhelm anybody. Yes, there's always going to be something like that. And we've realized we're kind of like, make amends. Don't let the sun go down with the problem. But we don't want to overwhelm them. It's like talking to somebody who doesn't understand our language. They don't know what we know. So we're going to talk gently. 2:11. Do not commit adultery. Do not kill. You know where I'm going with this one right now. Adultery is what? To look at somebody else, right? So if I leave God's thinking, God's religion, and I go to John's thinking, John's religion, I transgress. I'm not thinking as man thinks. Remember Peter? Get thee behind me, Satan. Same thing. Same thing we have. And killing. If I kill somebody's hopes and dreams and faith, it's like, do you ever hear the expression? That killed me. Didn't really kill you, but deep down inside, it might as well kill you, right? So, James 2:14. The faith have no works. He had faith, have no works. Can he save him? Okay. Let's simplify this. Let's look at the classic union, man and wife, husband and wife, right? The husband is in the wife's life, exists, does whatever, provides whatever. But does he say, I love you? Does he say, you look wonderful tonight? Is there anything I can do for you? Does he surprise her with gifts? Does she feel the love? So the same thing is with the Lord. If he's looking down saying, hey, there goes Johnny, he's sharing the gospel. He must love me. Actions. Lip service does not work. Same thing. Same thing. Life is one big parable. So we look at the husband and wife team, boom, boom, boom. Same thing with the Lord. Song of Solomon. It's all about us loving the Lord. Yes, a man should love a woman like that, and a woman should love a man. Same thing. 2:15, be warmed and filled, go in peace. And what I think that is? I think that you go to a sermon and you don't get filled. It's like, wow. Bollinger said, if you don't leave church, scratch your head saying, I learned something new. Don't go back. It's like, yeah, and then the whole classic, pray about it. I never knew I was spiritually starved until I was spiritually fed. And this goes back to 1989, the earthquake of 1989, right? And I'm running out of time. But I told a friend I need to get back to the Lord, and she handed me the Mark of the Beast tape from Shepherd's Chapel, and it went from on down to there. And I said, I got it. I can't go back. So, sorry I ran out of time. We'll talk to you again soon. God bless you.